Hey guys, welcome back to Team Death Slinger. My name is Peter, and even though we've already started posting BT21 profiles this week, I did want to use a video to kind of talk about what I'm most excited for in BT21. We haven't done it in a while. What I've done here is kind of distilled everything down into 5 archetypes slash cards that I'm kind of the most excited for, and we're going to talk about them. So, the first one, obviously, we've done 2 profiles with it already. The BT21 Wargrowlmon. If you don't know what it does, on play when digivolving, you trash the top 2 cards of your deck. Then this Digimon gains Raid and Retaliation until your opponent's turn ends. When attacking, this Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with Megidramon or Chaos Galmon in its name in the hand. For every 10 cards in both players' trashes, reduce these effects' Digivolution cost by 1, and then the Inheritable says on deletion, trash your opponent's top security card. This card just kind of makes the whole Chaos Galmon Megidramon plan much more cohesive. It gives you a lot of tools packaged in one card really nice and neatly to kind of give a lot more power to the decks. It helps you get into your level 6s more efficiently, more cheaply if you're actively doing the thing, which is putting cards in graveyard either by deleting your own stack or by milling them. This card's going to reward you by getting you to your stack bigger. It gives you some versatility by giving Raid and Reptile. It's going to help you kind of eliminate targets if you have to by raiding into them with Reptile. Perfectly acceptable. And then that Inheritable on deletion, trashing your opponent's top security card is also icing on the cake, in my opinion. It's kind of the perfect Inheritable for this card. I just think this does so much for Chaos Galmon. I think we've actually reached a point where from what I've been looking at, there's like 4 or 5 ways that are different that you can actually play Chaos Galmon slash Megidramon now, if you consider them the same archetype. I've only posted 2 of them. I'm probably going to hold off on posting some of the other ones, but there's also like, you could do mill still. I think mill, like dedicated mill, specifically with the intent of milling your opponent out, becomes more viable with this card. Like you can swing and then Evo into the BT5 Megidramon that just mills 5 and then floats into a Galacticmon in name in the trash. Really good. And then I still think you can play Dark Animal with the new support. I know the Takato benefits the archetype really, really well. And I do still think of the ways to play that one might be my favorite, just because you get access to some blue tools through the Cerberusmon Werewolf line. So you can go into like Hexablaumon or Galacticmon X if you want to, which I think is really strong. Takato benefits it. I think the new Guilmon benefits it really well. This Wargrowlmon might work really well with it as well, depending on how you build it, how you play it. So that's something for me to look at as well. But it's really exciting. It's nice having so many options and different ways to kind of express yourself with the deck now. My second biggest one kind of is this Skullgreymon Adventure Trait card. This is a 4-cost Evo on a purple or red level 4. Otherwise, it's a 3-cost Evo on a Greymon in name or Adventure Trait card. So on play and when digivolving, one of your Digimon gains Raid and Retile until your opponent's turn ends. You can kind of see a trend here with the Wargrowlmon as well. On deletion, you can play an Adventure Trait card with a play cost of 4 or less from your trash without paying the cost. I think that's fantastic. And the Inheritable says on deletion, you may play one Adventure Trait card with a play cost of 4 or less from your trash without paying the cost. So why am I excited for this card? This card acts as a really interesting and I think important kind of linchpin for adventure. So this is going to allow you to double up on either red level 5s or purple level 5s in an adventure-based deck. And that gives you a cohesive level 5 pool in adventure, which we kind of don't have right now. If you want to play adventure and you're not strictly running the adventure level 6s, you need to have level 6s that can evo on 2 different colors. This card is going to allow you to either run 2 purple level 5s or 2 red level 5s. And that means that now purple and red kind of have access to the adventure engine, just whichever way you want to build it. I have a video talking about that, whether you want to go really aggressive or go in the control route. I think this slots in really nicely into the aggression route. You're going to be able to play the Wargrowlmon that's new, or you get to pair this with Garudamon, which is really, really aggro. Either way, though, this is a really good card to kind of piece things together and get some kind of silly things going. The Raid Retile, I think, is really awesome. Combined with that on deletion, you're just going to be able to swing into things, trade up, and you're going to get back a body with the Adventure Trait, which is what the deck kind of wants to do anyways, is playing out bodies. If this winds up underneath a red or purple body, depending on what you're doing, you just get to play something out. I could see myself playing this in a purple deck that plays out bodies with a level 6 anyways, and then when that level 6 dies, you get to float something. I mean, this might even be a viable platform for Chaos Galmon, to be entirely honest with you guys. If you get EX4 Chaos in trash and then you build into, something with Galacticmon in name on top of the Skullgreymon, you just pop it with the EX4 Chaos Galacticmon, and then you get to play back an Adventure Trait, you get a body on the board, and you're threatening Crimson Mode Ace. Sounds pretty good to me. It's really exciting. I'm interested to tinker with it and see what I can do. But you might see a Galacticmon slash Chaos Galacticmon Skullgreymon Adventure Trait profile coming at some point in the future. The third thing I kind of wanted to touch on here, the Reptile slash Dragonkin engine. I kind of chose Lamiamon as representation. I'm not explicitly excited for Medusamon. I think this card's a really great piece for the engine, and I'm really hype that we have an engine for red, like just a generic engine that you can put different pieces around. So this has progress while attacking. Your opponent's effects don't affect this Digimon. That's fantastic. Just off the bat, I like that it's exclusively protection when attacking. So when your opponent gets their turn back, they have some action. They can get rid of this if they have removal. It's not insanely broken. Your turn once per turn when any of your Reptile or Dragonkin trait Digimon attack targets change trash your opponent's top security card. So this obviously wants to be played with something like Raid, or if the opponent blocks, you're going to get to trash something for your troubles. The Inheritable says all turns once per turn when your opponent's security is removed from, you may play one Reptile or Dragonkin trait card with 5,000 DP or less from your hand without paying the cost. I think this is going to enable Reptile/Dragonkin to get wide, which is really interesting. Something that I also noticed is this does not specify it has to be a red Reptile or Dragonkin trait card. There are a lot of different colored cards with the Reptile or Dragonkin trait, so it's kind of going to be interesting from my perspective as, you know, a jank player. I want to look at what kind of colors I can bridge into Lamiamon to potentially be going wide, and then getting into, probably it's going to have to be a red top end of some kind. The new Gaiomon promo looks really fun with this. Anything that has a way to taunt an opponent, it just seems good. So I'm really excited for this card, excited to see what I can do with it. Kind of thrilled to be able to play Gaiomon in something. I've never been a fan of the way you have to play Gaiomon right now. So that new promo Gaiomon is looking really fun with this card right now. Speaking of the promos, Dorugoramon here, the promo Dorugoramon is a 4-cost Evo on purple or black. Otherwise, it costs 3 on a Dorugoramon in name or an SOC trait card. Has collision, has security attack +1, and then when Digivolving, this Digimon gets 3k DP until your opponent's turn ends, so it becomes a 15k. Then if Kosuke is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, all of your Digimon with the SOC trait unsuspend. I really like this card. I don't think this is a mandatory 4-of in your Dorugoramon deck. I don't think this becomes a new boss monster. What this does is kind of focuses more on the Kosuke SOC trait deck, which if you couldn't tell by, you know, what it does, that is the point. I like this ideally as like a 2-of. You want to be kind of going wide with the SOC cards, the level 5s that we play, extra bodies down, so you can get in, maybe close out the game with this if you get in with your swings and then you Evo into this and then you unsuspend everything. Seems kind of nice. It's a nice change of pace from feeling like I have to play the Dex Dorugormons to make Dorugoramon work, and then like not really playing Kosuke, just kind of playing an X antibody line, and it's just kind of worse than going, you know, the Fenry-Lugomon route with the Dex Dorugoramon pieces, if you know what I mean, like the Lugomon base. This is a reason for me to run SOC base, index into the Kosuke, and really kind of stretch my toes with the black base, going wide and doing some fun stuff with that. So I'm definitely going to be tinkering with this and seeing what I can do. Like I said, I think it's a complementary card to an already existing plan, but we're going to see what we can do with that. Lastly, something new for, I guess, this channel at least, would be just a dedicated black card that I'm really excited for, Galacticmon from BT21. So it's a 6-cost Evo from level 5. Digivolves on Snatchmon for 9. So I believe Snatchmon is the level 4, if I'm not wrong. So when Digivolving by placing 4 cards with Vemmon in their texts from your trash as Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards, you may use a Ragnarok cannon from your hand or trash without paying the cost. That option is disgusting. And at the start of your main phase, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. All turns when this Digimon would leave the battle area by returning 4 Vemmon from its Digivolution cards to the bottom of the deck. It doesn't leave. I believe this card just puts your opponent in a position where it is answer me or you lose. And that sounds like a really fun way to cheese out some wins. I'm not sure exactly how disgustingly broken this card is. It sounds on paper really gross with that option, the Ragnarok cannon specifically. I don't know how busted disgusting it will be in practice, but I'm interested to see. If it's somewhere in the middle, I'll probably pick it up and play it. There probably won't be a profile for it on the channel because, let's be honest, it's probably very, very straightforward. It is, you just play a bunch of copies of, what is it, the Vemmons is the level 3, and then the good pieces from the archetype. And I doubt I'd have a super insightful, interesting build to play with it anyways, but nonetheless, I am excited to play it. So that's going to be it for this video. I just want to talk about what I was really, really interested in BT21. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What are you excited for BT21? What are you playing? What are you building? That's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.
Thank you to our channel members for supporting this channel. It's people like Langlong, Big Z11, Coffee Deus, and DigiDane who make videos like this possible.